Hello student, welcome to Mech Study official YouTube channel. In this video we are going to see about the latest BARC or CS examination, all the details, what was the type of question and how you approach that type of question. All these things we will discuss in this video, so you need to stay at the end of the video. And if you have any type of query related to this 2 days examination like 24th and 25th, do mention in a comment box. We will try to resolve as soon as possible. So let's begin with the videos. So as you are aware of that, all these questions are memory based question I have received from few of examination, and after they have some in mind, based on that we have prepared these questions. So the first question, which is related to the variance, you need to calculate the variance standard deviation. They will provide with the 3 times. This is the basic question of industrial engineering. If you have idea about like a basics POM per ton CPM, then you have idea about how to solve this type of question. Going with the next one, the second question is related to the probability, where you need to find the basically what is the probability of given certain number of defective items. Is the same type of question which is coming in gate examination. So if you have idea, then you can easily solve this type of question as well. Going with the next one is the basically like a cylinder which is rolling on a surface, where they have provided the data of I, omega and alpha, and you need to find with the velocity and acceleration at that point. And the next question is related to the production, where you need to calculate the highest specific energy, and 4 option is given over there. Going with the next one, this is the basic question of vibration, where the spring and mass system are given in the questions. You need to calculate the frequency of that particular bodies. Going with the next one, basically is the heat transfer equation, where you need to calculate the maximum temperature, and they will provide with the equation like heat generation equation, and you need to basic equation used in with the help of a conduction chapter and calculate easily with the maximum temperature. Going with the next one, they will given some data. Exactly question is not remember, but they are provided with the Q for adiabatic and Q for long fin. They have provided basic data. You need to going with the next one, they have basically given the temperature of hot and cold fluid, and you need to calculate the log mean temperature difference like LMTD. For the next question, this is the question related to the convection, where they have given the Nusselt equation. Basically you will provide the basic details like Grashof and Prandtl number, and you need to calculate the heat transfer coefficient H. And after that, the question which we have received, that basically cantilever beam with the downward load and having one static load, and you need to calculate the deflection. But remember that this type of question taking too much of time. If you have idea, or if you have a shortcut, then you can go with that question, otherwise you can skip it. Even though I have tried it, but it's not easy to calculate in a short time. So if you have idea, then definitely go with that, otherwise you can skip it. Going with the next one, you need to calculate the refrigeration. It is a question from RAC, and you need to given the basic details, so basic data of that, and you need to basically calculate the COP of that particular system. And the next question is related to RAC, which is psychometric, where they have provided with the basic questions. If you have a theory question, basic idea of the cycle, then you can easily solve that question. And after that, going with the next one, they will provide the critical damping coefficient CC, spring constant and omega, and you need to calculate the omega natural frequency. And basically they have given with the damp frequency on all other basic details. So if you have idea how to solve that, like zeta equation relation with the frequency, then you can solve this type of question very easily. Going with the next one, they have given the mass, spring and damper, and you need to calculate the vibration of that particular system. And one more question which is related to the thermodynamics. They will provide the mass in a container, and you observe that this type of question is coming in a gate examination last 2 to 3 years, and you just solve that type of question, definitely you will solve this type of question as well. And the next question is from fluid mechanics. They will provide the U2 manometer. Exactly gate type of question they have asked. They do not mug up any type of concept in it. If you have solved that U2 manometer in a gate question, exactly you need to calculate the pressure difference in that question as well. Going with the next, they will provide the 2 equation. You need to calculate the amplitude of that particular system by solving this equation. Equation is not remembered yet, but if you have solved like these type of questions coming in ESE examination, if you have solved this question, definitely you will solve that. Going with the next one, it is material science question. It is coming on iron carbide diagram. Iron carbide diagram, if you have basic idea and what was the temperature, what was the composition of that, then you will solve it. Going with the next one, VCRS cycle, you need to basically calculate the COP of that particular question, and if you have a basic idea about that cycle, then definitely you will solve it, because it is based on enthalpy only. And next question is CPM. Like CPM part, if you like exactly same type of question repeated in gate examination. I do not remember the exactly like diagram, but if you have solved with the gate, then definitely you are able to solve that type of question as well. Going with the next one, it is a question from the industrial engineering, where you need to find the economical order quantity. So they will provide with the D, C0 and CH. Basically they will provide this cost, price and percentage. The same question is asked in ESE as well with the 1 marks question. So solve that type of question before going to examination. Going with the next one, it's a Clausius inequality equation. You need to basically, they will provide with the condition, you need to check and tick the answer. It's a very easy question, is the direct straightforward question which is asked in here. Going with the next one, it's the probability question. Basically they will provide the table, you need to given with the mean and like that type of question they will ask. Exactly I do not remember the question, but they will provide the table and you need to find, I think, variance, something like that. Going with the next one, it's a question of theory of machine. They will provide the epicyclic gear like a diagram. You need to calculate basically number of teeth and speed of particular system. Going with the next one, they will provide a, like you need to basically calculate the critical damping coefficient. They will provide with the mass and a spring constant K. It is a basic and direct forward question. Next question is coming from friction factor, which is the fluid mechanics. If you have idea about laminar and turbulent boundary flow, then you will definitely solve this type of question as well, because it's directly based on equation 64 upon RE, like that. Going with the next one, like the you need to come up with the casting. They will ask two questions. One question is directly from top gating system, bottom gating system relation, and one question is basically from calculation of time. So they will provide with the constant and like basic details like diameter they will provide. You need to calculate with the solidification time with the relation with the another. Like if you have a two system, they have compared data first and second, so you do not take find the constant K or C. Basically you divide the ratio and solve that type of question as well. Going with the next one, calculation of work based on isothermal process. Going with the next one is to find the total work. This type of question is coming in the thermodynamics, which is exactly similar type of question in a gate examination. If you solve the gate examination previous year question, then definitely you can just make a free body diagram and solve this type of question as well. Going with the next one, this is the air fuel ratio, which is having some equation like basically it's coming in a gate. If you increase the 20% of oxygen, how much consumption of other component in a byproduct we will get. Like same type of question is coming in a gate in last 2 to 3 years. Just take a look of that before going to examination, because it's continuously coming in other exam as well. So going with the next one, which is coming from turbine, you need to calculate the water power. They will provide the basic equation and basic details. You need to just go with that questions like you need to rho QGH, basically use the formula, and H in terms of pressure they will provide it. You can just solve and put it over there, so you get the idea about that question. Going with the next one, they will ask two questions. One question directly from the theory of radiation, and one question is based on numerical. They will given some diagram, you need to just solve. And the next question is coming from production, where you need to solve the welding in numerical, which is direct forward if you have idea about the gate examination. And going with the next one, just remember with the welding question, if the question is too lengthy, still do not skip that question, because you need to come up with the equation balance. If you have a unit conversion properly and solved it, then definitely you will get the answer. Do not skip the welding type of question as well. Going with the next one, it's a question of casting, where you need to basically given with the different type of casting, and this is the basic theory question. They will provide the 4 options which casting having, like investment casting they have asked about that type of question, and what was the pattern on all those things. So just read with the basic theory as well. And at the end I'll suggest that if you have solved all the type of question of gate and ESE, basically so you do not worry about that. But just take care in mind, if you solving these type of question in examination, make sure that you do not attempt it more than 2 times in examination. Suppose you have solved and you do not get the answer, again you will try again with the same question and solve again and again and do not get the answer, and having some mistake in it. Then do not do like that things. Skip that question, going with the next one and solve. If you have 100% confident that you will solve this question within 2 to 3 minutes, otherwise you can skip and solve other question, because if you stuck with a single question, you do not qualify that examination. It's the examination of time based and accuracy. Do not solve the much question if you do not have sure about the answer is perfect or not. Definitely perfect, then you can go with that question, otherwise you skip it at all. One more suggestion, solve as much as possible, but make sure that your accuracy is maintained, and just take care about each and everything, because once you have put the each basic multiplication in a calci, then while typing and get the answer is take too much time. So try to calculate in your mind and do not go each and every multiplication with the calci as well, because it's solving with the calci and each and everything take a larger time as compared to your own calculation. So avoid that things as well. So if you have any confusion or you want to give a feedback to our videos, do mention in a comment box. If you like our videos, definitely subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.